Hello, people of the internet. I am Tigster2005, and welcome to part 2 of Sonic Adventure 2. Here's Tails.
There's no mistake about it. This must be the island. It's a secret military base that is reinforced and super strong.
Ah, yes, it's reinforced. And it's super strong.
I read the news about it on satellite TV. I still can't believe that Sonic would destroy the military building or rob the bank. Wait for me, okay, Sonic? I'm on my way. What? Hey, look, it's Amy. And
How did
Eggman
Amy
too.
get over here? That's never
What's
explained.
Amy doing here? Doesn't matter. I have to help Amy because she's in danger. Tornado transformation!
So, now there's a boss fight with Dr. Eggman, and so now Tails has similar gameplay to E102 Gamma in Sonic Adventure 1. With a couple of key differences. The first one being that there's an actual health bar rather than relying on the ring system. Rings still refill your health bar, but other than that, if your health bar goes down, then even if you have rings, then you know the mech is destroyed. And also, when you push the action button, without locking onto anything, you shoot linear projectiles. Gamma didn't do that.
Wow, Tails, you did it! But what are you doing here on this island?
I'm the one who should be asking that question.
Yeah.
Don't you know it's dangerous here?
I know, but I'm here to save my hero, Sonic.
Again?
Hurry! I know Eggman's up to no good again.
Okay, you stay here and I'll be right back.
Don't leave without me! I want to help Sonic too!
Yeah. So this sets up Tails' first level, Prison Lane. So basically, in these levels, you basically go forward and shoot, or at least that's what Prison Lane is. There will be more complex designed levels later on in the game, but oop, almost died there. But for now, Prison Lane. So, Tails controls, Tails' mech controls, similarly to Gamma. However, turning is a little bit more stiff, because the legs, they seem to move, independently from the cockpit, which makes it easier to turn to shoot multiple targets, like that. You couldn't really do, something like that with Gamma. Anyway, there's no time limit either, so instead, the reward for getting a good combo is a point bonus. Like, for example, you saw right there, it's like good 100 and now, great 300. And the highest point bonus you can get for locking onto targets is 2,000 points for locking onto 11 targets. And this becomes crucial in some parts where maybe there's more than 11 targets in front of you. It's better to just shoot 11 rather than all of them, because you get a 2,000 point bonus for 11 targets, but you're also going to get the 2,000 point bonus for 22 targets. So if you shoot all the 22 targets right away, then you just get the 2,000 point bonus. But if you shoot 11 targets, and if you shoot just 11 targets and then shoot the other 11 targets, then you get the 2,000 point bonus twice, so you get a 4,000 point bonus. This doesn't really matter in Prison Lane because you never really shoot 11 targets, but there will be stages later on in this Let's Play that will fall into the category of there being a lot of targets to lock onto. And yeah, other than that, oh, by the way, that golden robot that I just destroyed, that is called the Golden Beetle, and basically, you see it, you can destroy it, and then it disappears after like a few seconds. And if you manage to destroy it before it disappears, then it rewards you with 1,000 points. I believe most of the other enemies just reward you with like 100 points. And that makes it important. However, it does disappear after like a few seconds, so it's kind of a risk versus reward scenario. Anyway, there's an enemy over there, and yeah. Anyway, Sonic. He got caught by the military, and now he's in prison on this island for something that he didn't do, because Sonic, he doesn't destroy buildings, he doesn't rob banks, there's something going on here. And as we already established, the military mistook Sonic for Shadow. So maybe it was Shadow who robbed the bank. Also, A rank. I forgot to guess my rank, but I knew I was gonna get an A rank. That's like my default performance for Prison Lane. So I didn't really have to guess. I might have to on the next level though, because oh boy, that one, it's a doozy.
Huh? Amy?
Keep your voice down. Have no fear. Amy Rose is here.
How'd you get here?
It's a good question, actually. How did Amy
Well,
get here?
you gotta
Tails is the
know,
one who
I
played
caught
through
a
Prison
ride
Lane, not
with
Amy.
Tails. Are
Like,
you
maybe-
sure you don't need
Maybe
my
Amy
help?
was
It
sitting
looks like you
in
could
Tails'
use
mech,
it.
but in that case, wouldn't we
Reason
have
I'm
seen
in
her
here
in the level?
because of that fake
I don't know.
hedgehog.
You mean
That's probably
that
something
black
that if
hedgehog?
Sega ever
Did you
made
see
a
it?
true
Where is
remake
it now?
of Sonic Adventure 2, they
If I
could fix
tell ya,
that.
will you marry me?
No way.
I thought I had you this time.
That's a big rip.
That black hedgehog came here with Dr. Eggman.
So, Eggman's behind this, huh?
What's all that writing on the wall anyway? Did you write that?
Foreshadowing.
Wait for me, Sonic! He's such a brat sometimes.
Anyway, Metal Harbor is probably one of the hardest stages to A rank. I know how to do it though, so it's all good, except for the fact that it's not all good because in addition to me playing this level, I have to commentate on it. So that's gonna make things a bit more complicated because I'm gonna be a little distracted. As you can see right now, I'm not really doing much, but that's because there's an upgrade that is actually required to not only beat the stage but also A rank it. So it's the light shoes. It's the light dash, similar to the light speed dash from Sonic Adventure 1, except you don't have to charge it. So at this point, I'm gonna restart because there's some things that some things that you want to do in the beginning. Like right here, you light dash into a rail, 600 point bonus. You do some homing attacks, which I could have done without the light dash, but I'm gonna do now. And then there's this Trail of Rings, that's a pretty good shortcut. And then there's this homing attack chain with a gold beetle, which is pretty inconsequential because it's pretty easy to homing attack it with very natural homing attack rhythm. Then here, another light dash, checkpoint, more light dash goodness. And so far, it's pretty linear, it's not very difficult. The difficult part is at the end. Oh, by the way, that technique I did right there is the somersault. You do it by just tapping the action button. Also, like I was saying, at the end there's this missile launcher that you basically have to grab onto as Sonic. There's two places you can grab onto it. There's like a part in the lower section that yeah, and there's one in the upper section, and you need to grab the one in the upper section in order to get the A rank. So, gotta focus. Yes! Let's go! 1,500 point bonus. Woo! So yeah, the thing that most people would typically grab onto was the one right before the homing attack chain. And yeah, that looked easy probably, but it's harder than it looks. It's very precise, or maybe it looks hard, I don't know. But anyway, there's some stuff here, but that's not entirely very important. At this point, you just hold up on this loop-de-loop, and there's the goal ring. So that was obviously an A rank because, I played this stage. I actually practiced this stage before recording this part. So, yeah, A rank. There we go. That was cool! Anyway, how are we doing on time? Let's see. 9:53, I don't know, 10 minutes actually seems kind of short, so... Okay, there's a little boss fight here, and then I'll cut it off.
Hey, that's...
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I found you, Faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough to be
I'll
my
make you
fake.
eat those words.
Yeah, Sonic just cut Shadow off
No time to play games.
before he finished his
You won't
sentence.
even get the chance.
But I mean, come on, people do that all the time, IRL, right? So anyway, Shadow. Basically, you gotta homing attack his back. If you homing attack his his front, then that's like it won't work. So yeah, basically, that usually takes me longer,
Do you
but
know who I am?
yeah, it's not a hard boss fight. Just make sure the homing attack is back. Anyway, this sets up Green Forest. I'm gonna let this little cutscene play before I cut it off, before I end part 2.
Shadow, what are you doing? Hurry and get back here right now before the island blows up with you on it!
Blows up? Gotta get out of here. Find Amy and Tails. Right away.
I'll see you in part 3.